This is Josh with Project Heal Eden. I'm the founder and also a researcher in the project. We'd like to introduce Mr. Dick Gregory, who had a lot to unknowingly say about our project. Dick Gregory is a civil rights leader, an actor, and a comedian.
Thank you very much. I have mixed emotions about my life because when I was a little boy, my mother, religion, Christian, but she saw nothing wrong with capital punishment. It's my mom who feeds me, who buys my Christmas stuff. She saw nothing wrong with it, so I didn't see it before. And then I go to the movie as a little child. There wasn't no TV when I was born. I'm 85 now. And you would see these electric chair scenes. America was fascinated with that. So as a little boy looking at somebody go to the electric chair, and in front of him was a priest reading the Bible. And when they take him there, they asked him, "Can I do anything else for you?" He said, "No, Father." Well, now if the priest walked me to the electric chair and said, "Can you do anything else?" I said, "Come in here and hold my hand." So then the embarrassment started. And so they decided in straight life, we couldn't lose the electric chair. So they give us an injection. Do you know what most folks don't know? That cocktail they give you now in America, the Humane Society banned that for animals 50 years ago. Banned it. Now let me just tell you something interesting. I would love to work to see that America becomes a humane society. But any time in America you think about humane society, you're thinking about animals.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Animals. And so let me say this. I got to go to a peace rally in Budapest. My ticket is like first class round trip. It's like $29,000. So thank God I'm aware that when I get on that plane, my tax money off my ticket goes to the government, and they'll use that to make bombs and guns and drop on women and children around the world. So I am not stupid enough to believe that I'm not dirty. I'm as dirty as the rest of them. At least they know it. When you go to the store and get a gallon of milk, your tax money is spent buying weapons of war. So at least when it comes back on me and I see my grandchildren and wife and family being burned up, at least I can look up and say, "What took you so long?" See, we all are part of this. We just don't know it. We all are part of it. But because I'm not doing as much as so-and-so, I'm doing as much as so-and-so, let me tell you what killing do. Napoleon, who had the greatest military machine ever put together at the time. But there were no addresses back then. So how did he recruit? He had a captain with him that was the greatest recruiter of all time. So if you don't recruit for me, if I run a butcher shop and y'all don't send me to slaughter, I'm out of business. So in between wars, he would go out in the wilderness. And if you was 90 years old and physically fit, you was recruited. If you was 20 years old and wasn't, you wasn't. And so he's come across this lumberjack. And he says, "Wow, man, I've never seen a specimen like you." And he was as great as Napoleon. The mystical. And so he said, "Thank you." He said, "You're now proud to let you know you're now recruited into Napoleon's army." And the lumberjack said, "Oh, no. He said, "I'll chop my timber and pay my taxes, but I don't believe in killing. So the guy thought he was just playing. He said, wait a minute, you got to be, no. And now he's embarrassed in front of his other recruiting buddies that somebody would talk to him like that. So he says, well, you know, to reject being recruited in Napoleon's army, the punishment is death. So I'm just telling you, I love France. I don't believe in killing. So the guy is so angry. He said, ready to find squad. Ready, aim. And he looked into this old man's eyes. And for the first time, he saw a human being that could die more beautiful than he ever known somebody could live. And rather than be outdone, he said, cancel the order. And he walked up to him and he said, heat the branding irons. So he took his left hand and put on the tree stump and stamped the end in the center of his hand. He said, now whether you like it or not, you belong to Napoleon. And the captain got ready to walk away and the old man pulled him and said, come here. He took his side axe off and put his hand and chopped his hand up. As I told you before, I belong to no man but God. Now let me tell you why I'm telling you this story. Eventually the captain went crazy. He couldn't believe. So he left Napoleon's northern flank open. That's how he got defeated. The real folks knew the story, and that's why the executioner can never look the person in the eyes. That's where the blindfolds came. One man. Okay? And so when you stop and think about it, we all know. See, they make war easy. If the Germans and the Italians was fighting, if both of them took off their uniforms, you wouldn't know how to kill. That's why it's a game. Notre Dame's football team and University of California, they got different uniforms, so you know who to tackle.
Right.
So that's what the war game is. You see the German uniform, and it's a violation for you to pull that uniform off or put another uniform on. That's the laws that they make. And so when will we as human beings, as human beings, maybe when mother stopped spanking children, you hit me, mama. And then one thing I learned too late, I never hit a child of mine. I just got some research showing that yelling at a child is more harmful than hitting them. And hitting them is bad. Yelling at a child, that's the violence, that's what starts there. When a little child feels something that go up to their brain. And so I asked my mother one time, Mom, if the Bible says thou shalt not kill, why is it okay to go to war? Well, God said there'll be wars and rumors of war. Well, that's about to leave now. But that's why what you all are doing is so important. See, nobody tells me. And see, the mistake we make is the people that control it. Every 10 years, you got a new crop coming through. That's why they do all these specials. All these specials. And so somewhere, when you stop and think how your mind is controlled, and that's y'all's job. For instance, I ain't never met a woman growing up when I was a little boy that see a mouse and didn't scream and holler. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Right.
And then the real wife come through with the hippest thing ever happened, a computer, and you control it with a mouse and they don't holler. That thing even look like a mouse. So when we understand how they control the brains, and we don't even know that.
Yes.
And so what you all doing, first it have to be with love. Because people can feel it. And you think you can't win? We took on the mightiest nation, military, in the history of the planet, the civil rights movement with no guns.
That's right.
and no mean attitude, and won. We did something that all the military powers couldn't come together and do. And finally, I say this. Find me a poor welfare mother anywhere in the world that can't read or write, black or white, that's pregnant. And when her 9 months pregnant is over, you cannot bring all the military together and open her legs and keep that baby in her. One little fragile woman. Because there's a universal God that said when my 9 months pregnancy is over, I'm going to drop that baby from being deaf to the mother and the child. It's just simple. When you look at the 9 months, you're looking at evolution that leads into revolution. The first 9 months of gestation is evolution. When that water bag breaks, that's revolution. So y'all have to be the breaking of the water.